My family left my 7-year-old daughter at a gas station 470 miles from home during a road trip because there wasn't enough room in the car. They made space for my sister's dog, but not my child. When I called them panicking, they said, "She'll figure it out." Mom added, "Stop being so overdramatic." Dad laughed, "Maybe she'll learn independence." My sister said, "My dog is more important than your brat." Brother added, "Some kids need tough love." When a stranger called me hours later saying they found my daughter crying alone at the gas station, I drove through the night to get her. Uncle texted, "You were making a big deal out of nothing." I didn't cause drama or yell at them when I got back. I just got my daughter and went home quietly. 5 days later, they all started calling me desperately because their lives were falling apart. The stranger was a nurse named Patricia. She found Meg on the curb sobbing. She'd been there 2 hours. I drove 8 hours through the night. When I held Meg, she was still trembling. Patricia had bought her dinner and stayed with her. She hugged me and said, "Get your baby home." My phone buzzed constantly. I ignored every message. What my family didn't know, my boring office job was a senior position at a cybersecurity firm specializing in financial fraud detection. 12 years of expertise, federal connections. They'd been careless around me for years. Kenneth left his laptop open at dinners. Tax documents showing income discrepancies. My father bragged about cash deposits just under $10,000. That's structuring, a federal crime. Trevor asked about his cryptocurrency business, describing money laundering patterns. I warned him it sounded illegal. He laughed and called me paranoid. Uncle Norman's construction company paid workers under the table. They handed me everything through arrogance, never imagining I could recognize what I was seeing. Monday morning, I made calls. I didn't lie or fabricate anything. I reported what I'd observed to federal authorities. 3 weeks later, messages started. "Valerie, something's wrong with our bank accounts. We can't access anything." "Mom, there's been some mistake with our finances." I deleted them without responding. 4 weeks after they abandoned Meg, federal agents showed up with warrants. Every account frozen, every card blocked. Kenneth appeared at my door, desperate. "Your accounts aren't affected. You still have access." "There wasn't enough room in the car," I said, using my mother's exact words. "Sometimes we have to make tough choices." I closed the door. Mom called from a restricted number. "You've destroyed this family over a simple misunderstanding. You left my 7-year-old at a gas station 470 miles from home. You told me she would figure it out. We made a mistake. But reporting us, the punishment doesn't fit the crime." I didn't punish anyone. I reported financial crimes. "You made deliberate choices to break federal laws. You were always jealous of Valerie. This is vindictive revenge." I built a life on honest work. My apartment isn't impressive, but nobody can take it away. Meg is safe, loved, and knows her mother will never abandon her. Can you say the same? She hung up. Sentences came down over months. Kenneth, 5 years for tax fraud. Valerie, 18 months for cooperation. My parents, structuring charges, retirement drained by legal fees. Trevor, 3 to 7 years for money laundering connections. Uncle Norman, company shut down, criminal charges, IRS lawsuits. Their assets stayed frozen. They relied on overworked public defenders. 6 months later, Valerie wrote from prison. The letter was genuine, taking responsibility, acknowledging she'd pursued wealth over integrity. She didn't ask for forgiveness. I kept it but didn't respond. Dad's letter blamed me for everything. I threw it away. 2 years later, Meg asked, "Mom, why didn't Grandma and Grandpa love me enough to keep me?" Sometimes people make terrible choices that have nothing to do with love. What they did was wrong, and it wasn't your fault. But they chose Aunt Valerie's dog instead of me. You're amazing. Their choice shows something broken in them, not you. Do you think they're sorry? Some probably are, but sorry doesn't undo what happened. Sorry is just a word unless it comes with real change. Meg is 12 now. Last year she said, "I forgive them, not because what they did was okay, but because I don't want to carry anger anymore." I'm not sure forgiveness is the right word for what I feel. I don't wish them harm, but I maintain boundaries to protect us. She nodded. We can move on without letting them hurt us again. Meg survived and emerged stronger, kinder, more aware of her worth.